Hello everyone, today I'll be reviewing Top Gun. So Top Gun came out in 1986 and was directed by Tony Scott, and this film stars Tom Cruise as Maverick, who is a fighter pilot. So right at the start of this film we have Maverick and his friend Goose, played by Anthony Edwards. They're given a chance of a lifetime to attend the Top Gun Naval Flying School in California. This flying school, it's only for the best of the best, it's for the top 1% of fighter pilots, so it really is an excellent chance for Maverick and Goose. So while there, they also meet Charlie, who's a flying instructor played by Kenny McGillis, and also Iceman, played by Kilmer. And here we get a bit of a rivalry between Iceman and Maverick. So this film is really one of the biggest films of the 80s. It's one of the most iconic 80s films, and in fact it was actually the biggest film of 1986, and it really cemented Tom Cruise's reputation as a big Hollywood star. Now Tom Cruise, he was already well known before this film, but still this was really Tom Cruise at the peak of his career. When you think of Tom Cruise, a lot of people will think of Top Gun because he was absolutely a massive star at the time. One of the best things about this film is the aerial dogfights that we have. Obviously Maverick, when he's up in the air, he has lots of scenes with these planes going around, and it really does look absolutely excellent. Now when these scenes are happening, it can be easy to think that they might be quite hard to follow with all these planes occasionally shooting each other, doing these dives and going under and over each other, and you could easily think it could be a bit exhausting and make you quite dizzy. But to be honest, I actually found it really easy to see what was going on, because the way it's filmed is all very clever. It makes it quite simple to follow, really entertaining and really thrilling as well. So those aerial scenes are really the best bit about this film, in my opinion. Now we also come on to the romance element of it with Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis. Their characters, there's a romance that starts to develop throughout this film. For the most part, I think it does work, although to be honest, I didn't quite enjoy those scenes as much as the scenes up in the air. And quite a lot of the time when they're together, we have the song Take My Breath Away by Berlin, which actually won the Academy Award for Best Original Song. Now I'll admit it's an excellent song, but at the same time I did think it was played a bit too much throughout this film, and I did start to find it a bit annoying. One of the songs I absolutely love that's in this film though is Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins. We get the song right at the start of the film. It really gets you in the mood for the film, and you know you're in for an excellent ride. So I was quite happy that that song was played quite a lot in the film. I also really like the score, or the theme tune to this film. It was composed by Harold Faltermeyer, and you'll know it when you hear it. It's a very well-known theme, and yeah, it's just an excellent piece of music. And we always get it playing in the background. We'll have it when you know something good happens, say Tom Cruise is riding along his motorbike, or he's up in the air, just managed to shoot somebody down. It's all excellent, and it's just an excellent piece of music, and just really helps make the film entertaining and good fun to watch. So in terms of the acting, I think that Tom Cruise is pretty good here. I wouldn't say he's fantastic in this film, but at the same time he suits the character very well. Kelly McGillis also very good, and Val Kilmer as Iceman makes a good rival. But I think probably actually Tom Skerritt as Viper is probably the best actor in terms of the performance wise in this film, although he doesn't get quite as much screen time as some of the other characters. We also do get a small but memorable appearance from Meg Ryan in this film. I think this is one of her earlier roles, and yeah, she's actually very good actually. It's a shame that she didn't get more screen time. Obviously she went on to become a much bigger star after this film in films like When Harry Met Sally. So overall I found this a really entertaining film to watch. It's really good fun. It's quite cheesy in some places, but it's still very fun. Some of the dialogue especially I do quite like. We get some great lines like I feel the need for speed, you can be my wingman anytime Maverick. And it's actually a very quotable movie. There's actually quite a lot of lines in it that I remember, and this was actually the second time that I'd seen this film, and the first time that I'd seen it was quite a while ago, so it was nice to go back and revisit this film again. So in terms of what I didn't like so much about this film, I suppose I did find that it does have quite a lot of cliches in it, but as I was saying, the film is a little bit cheesy sometimes, and I think there's just a bit too many predictable bits in this film for my liking. I found the romance to be a bit predictable sometimes, and also with Tom Skerritt's character Viper, one of the flying instructors, it turns out that he used to fly with Maverick's dad. And it's just those kind of links that almost seem a bit too coincidental and almost a bit like, okay, here we go. Yes, we've seen this kind of thing before with these elements of the story. So in that sense, it is quite predictable, but at the same time, it does work in the context of the movie. Now, at the time that I am recording this, there is going to be a sequel to this film called Top Gun Maverick that is planned to come out in 2021. It was originally meant to come out in 2020 but was delayed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So that'll be interesting. I know that Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer will be reprising their roles, and obviously there's lots of new characters as well. So I'm looking forward to that, and we'll certainly check that out when it hits the theatres. So overall, as you can probably tell, I do like Top Gun, although it does have its flaws. It's a very enjoyable film, and it's a very easy film to watch. It's a film that doesn't take itself too seriously, has lots of excellent scenes up in the air, and obviously has Tom Cruise, who was a massive star, and it does have some excellent songs in it as well. And yeah, it's a film that's really gone down in history in terms of pop culture, and is still very well known and a very well loved film today. So I'm going to give Top Gun a rating of 8 out of 10. I recommend it if you haven't seen it before. It is one of those films that people should check out. There's nothing particularly offensive about it. It's a good fun film, it's entertaining, and even for someone who doesn't particularly like planes, or maybe this doesn't sound like your kind of film, definitely still give it a watch, because this film has plenty of other stuff to offer as well. So there we go. So that is my review of Top Gun. So what do you guys think? Have you seen Top Gun? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Please let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.